Okay, so what I'm doing today, I got some new paper. I'm almost out of my rice paper that I'd been using, so I've got something different on um, Amazon, and it's labeled La Future, Chinese Japanese shoe half raw ripe Xuan Xuan. So it's wrapped in this. I don't know what this is, but it's lovely. This was the cover. But as you can see, it's not white paper. It's a calligraphy paper, and it's soft. Now it does, like normal calligraphy paper, have one smoother side and one rougher side. But as you can see, I'm going to put some white copy paper next to it. Can you see how it's not white? I mean, it's not as off-white as what they wrapped it in, which I got to find out what that is. I like that. But I like it because it's not bright white. So I'm going to test it out today. First, I'm going to test it just basic gel printing, and then I'm going to do a couple other techniques with it. See how the different stamps work, see how this works and that works, and see if I'm going to like it and what I'm going to use it for. I do this every time I get something new. I'll take an afternoon to just test it out in different ways. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to get some of this cut up, or probably torn up, to use for different projects. And we'll come back and we'll do just basic gel printing and see what happens. Okay, so I got a couple paints out. I've got most of it's golden. Some of it's golden open. This one's just golden. And I'm going to, I picked an artist loft that I really like, the aqua green, and one of the Amsterdams that I like. And I've got, to my left over here, I've got a bunch of mats and stuff that we can use. Just going to try different textures. We'll start with something bright. Let's start with the orange. And I've cut a few sheets for the next thing I'm going to do, but I've got sheets cut over here. And we're just going to do some wild stuff on here. Oh, this is the red. I thought it was orange. It is red. And let's throw a yellow in, since I thought it was orange anyways. And I'm going to use plain paper to pull up from around the stamps and stencils. Oh, I like that, except for that blob there. Oh, I like that. I don't remember those two combinations. Now let's throw down some stencils. I'm going to reach to the bottom of the pack, the ones I haven't used in a while. May find out why I haven't used them. I may not like them, but... Alright, put those over there, just a bunch of them. That's nice. Ooh, I like that one. I haven't used that in a while. Why? And I'm just going to overlap them. Well, this one I've used a lot. I love that one. This is from that stencil pack that I'll put a link to it. There's only 2 stencil packs that I actually use that I got off Amazon. And I know for years I only used my own stencils, and then I got some at a yard sale and started using those. Oh, I think I can probably pull up more than that. Let's get a tissue out to help pull this up. I think I have to go in and get some paper towels for out here. I'm down to not much in this roll. Anyhow, but this is what I do to test new stuff. I'll do a couple different techniques. I think I'll do the graphite and the crayon rubbing and see how those look on it. I love the color of it, though. The fact that it's not white like this paper is. Should give me something interesting. All right, do I want to go over the top with let's go over the top with another color. Let's try manganese blue. Should be pretty yaha, but now to find something to wipe this off on. I'm just going to do go over the top here and there. And now let's throw in some of this blue. Well, this aqua. And I'm just going to roll it up with that so it'll have some of the other color in it. And I'm not going to wait for it to dry. I'm just going to roll this up with that paper and see what happens. I'll mute that down a tad bit. All right, let me stand those up there to dry. All right. Now, let's use the new paper. I think I've got 5 sheets I pulled out. All right, it does have a fuzzy side and a not fuzzy side. So we're going to start with this. We're definitely going to use the not fuzzy side to gel print with the smooth side. All right, let's see how it pulled it up. Oh, it pulls up stuff lovely. Let's see if we can't get this last bit. And it even pulled a nice ghost. Look at that. Oh, we'll come back to that sheet of paper when it's dry. Let's keep going with this one. Okay, what else we got over here? Let's do something. I like that red, but let's do a Yaha blue on here. And see how much it retains of what we have left there. A little bit of a ghost print. Let's just keep over stenciling a couple times and see what we get. This one's weird. This time we won't overlap them so much. Now let's put some yellow in it. And I'm not going to clean up the paint. I'm just going to let it turn to green. Whatever, this is that Indian yellow. I love this. Whatever green it chose to turn to, we'll just embrace it. Now, there's another thing I'm doing with this. I got a project, which will be the next video, I think. It might be the very next video. Very interesting project I'm working on. I got something to hold my phone while I'm at my desk here, since I don't have anything like that. I think we're just going to take it on the end of this one, at least most of it. And what I want to do is use this paper to kind of decoupage over the, it's a little wooden phone holder. Oh, look at that. It does take the ink nicely. I mean the ink, what am I saying? The paint. And it feels very strong. It doesn't feel like it's going to rip or tear. It's very, it feels for, well, rice paper, or this type of paper, it feels very strong. Okay, look what we got there. Is that interesting or what? But yeah, I'm going to be using these pages to cover my next project. All right, we have some faint stuff here. Let's go back and then we'll pull it all up with a white or whitish. I really like that blue. This is nice too. Should not open things with your teeth. Which is what I seem to have to do a lot lately. All right, let's put some of the ones down. We'll put them face down so that the paint that's on the bottom will stick. Because they're not dry. Whoops, wrong way. They're not dry yet. Yep, I'm trying to remember which one was the color I put over it. Okay, so let's... Oh, don't move. I can get some of that yellow. And maybe we'll break out the red, which is going to mix with the green and make a kind of a mess, but maybe not too bad. And then we'll pull this up, and then we'll try the crayon rubbing. I believe I have some stuff out here I can use with it. I don't like this stencil very much because the middle of it doesn't give you much information. All right, so we're going to pull these up with a clean sheet. And then we'll do a crayon rubbing and see how that works. And then I'll do a graphite one and see how that works. Okay. Takes a second to figure out which side is the right side, though. I don't know what would happen on the other side, but I don't want to use the other side. Let's see what has dried. And if there's anything left, we'll pull it up with white. Oh, I like that. A little more busy than the other one, but see if we can pull this up with white. I have another brayer over here I can use. Well, this isn't really white. This is Titan Green Pale, but it's very pale. I consider it an off-white cream color. I'll use this brayer. And of course I put too much on there, but let's see. I'm going to give it a good rubbing before I pull it. Really good rubbing. Let's use a different sheet of paper. Yeah, I think I'm going to like it for regular gel printing. This is working just fine. And the sheets are, I don't know how many are in there, 100 maybe? I don't know. But it's 13 by 26, and I think they were about $10. I'll let you know at the end of the video how much it was. I don't have my phone out here, so I can't check. But ooh, that's pretty subtle, but pretty. Let's see if we can pull the rest of it up. I should have, if I had to let it dry, I'm thinking this paper would have pulled it all up nicely. But I didn't let it dry, and I didn't. The friction from, especially when you're using something like this that's got the nylon, the friction from the friction and heat from your hand or the friction from this warms it up, and that dries it faster. So let me get this up there. Okay, let's see. I'll just keep pulling until we're done. Well, that's nice, soft and subtle too. Look at that. I like this paper. Let's just do the tail end of it with the, I accidentally ripped a piece of it, but yeah, your hand, the warmth of your hand it helps dry the paint. And the friction from rubbing back and forth with one of those brushes. Okay, I like that. All right, so I'll be right back. I'm going to clean up, and then we'll do a crayon rubbing. Okay, so this is a plate that I'm working on a different project with, and I think I will use this for the crayon rubbing. And basically all you do, this is just a one piece of cardboard on top of another. I cut the leaf shape and put it on top of a plane. So, and basically, I usually tape it down, but we're not really trying for, this is just a test. This is just a test. So I've got a black crayon. This is just a Crayola crayon. I have other different kinds that I use, but I just wanted to see how that paper takes a crayon rubbing. And we'll see. And I'm just pressing down. As you can see, you see the two tips on the end, it moved. Trying to get the edges defined by pressing down hard. Yeah, these stamps, I've got 4 of these leaf stamps, and they're for a different project. I'll probably finish that project tomorrow, I hope. And I'm gonna really get some wax on there. See if this, where I press down really hard to make the veins, see if that shows up. Like I said, I'm pressing down really hard. And I buy well, actually I have a box of, like, I think come in 9 or 12 of just the black crayons in the thicker black crayons that I use for this. As you can see, it moved again. You can see normally I would tape them both down so that there wouldn't be any movement, but I'm not too worried about that. I'm just seeing. All right. Hopefully that's enough. Get my gel plate out. We'll do it with the Golden Open, I think, in black, maybe. Carbon black. I find it works much better if you put a little either thinner in it or a little water in it. I'm just going to put a tiny bit of water from these brushes. Hopefully that will be enough. See if that loosens it up enough. I think it works better with the fluid, but I don't own any fluid acrylics, so we're going to use these. I haven't done this in a while. All right. Hopefully that's fluid enough. Let me dab a little of the thinner in, because I don't think that's fluid enough. I think it needs to be just a little more liquid. Now we'll roll it around. Oh, it's moving better. Probably too thick, but That might be a little too thick. We'll see. Let me pull some off. Not going to worry about the lines today. Like I said, this is just a test. All right. Center that on there. Want that to dry. Well, let's see if I can get a light coat. Oh, use my other brayer. I don't know what, must be something on the desk over there where I laid the brayer because there's little spots everywhere. All right. Let's see what this is going to do for me. I'm going to give it a good rub, hoping to bring all of it up. Hoping. And we'll see what this paper does with. Okay, it's not as dark as I would like it to be, but it does a good job of pulling it up. And you see that? I would like it to be a little darker, but it did a good job, and it's strong. It's what I'm liking about it. It's very thin. It's I don't know, can you see my hand through it? It's very thin. You got to hold it up to the light and then you can see. Very thin, but it's strong. Okay, so that test worked. Now let me clean my plate and I will be back for the next test. Okay, so I've got some water-soluble graphite crayons. And I'm going to just grab one of these sketches over to the side here that I was playing with that I didn't use for my leaf project. And we're going to ink that up. Here's one that I didn't use. And what we'll do is we'll do this sketch. We'll go over it with a graphite. Let's use the pencil first, just to outline, so we can see if what kind of line we're going to get. And I'm just being real rough with this because this is just a scrap piece of paper. I did make a stamp of this, but I'm probably not going to use it in the project that I'm working on. I'm probably going to have to voice over this one because, of course, the minute I sat down, the neighbor decided to mow his lawn. It was all quiet till I sat down. Went inside for a few minutes, came back out, and there he was mowing his lawn. And he should do. I don't mind my neighbors mowing their lawn. It just seems like every time I want to sit down and do a video. All right, now I'm going over it a little bit with a crayon. And this is really dark. You're asking, why am I going over the lines I just did? I have no idea. I get flustered when things go wrong. When I came out and heard him mowing his lawn, I got flustered. So it's just a normal day. All right, I just want to make sure it's nice and dark. Now we'll color some in places just to see. This is just a test. I don't know what this one, this is a 2B. We'll do this on this side. And this one is a 9B. Ooh. We'll do that on this side. And like I said, it's just a quick scribble. To see really want to go dark and see what this 9B is going to do. I don't think I've ever used this crayon before, so I'm interested. All right, now we're going to get our plate out. All you have to do, put my crayons up, my pencils. Okay, leave that on there for a second while I know I cut some paper. There it is, me being flustered again. All right, so let's pull this up. There's our image. Now we're going to go over it with Titan Green Pale, which is an almost white, but not quite. It's a barely green. I have to clean this table when I'm done with this today. For the project I'm going to be working on, I need to get all this stuff out of here. Now, we cut a piece square because I think this is the paper I'm going to be doing that project on. I wrinkled it a bit. Find the smooth side. Smooth side down. See how much of this we can pull up with this, and then we will see if this paper is something we want to use. I think it's going to be because it takes just regular gel printing. I was worried the colors wouldn't be vibrant because of the fact that it's an off-white, but they're fine. We'll go through what we did once we pull this up. And the last test, it passed. Oh, that one. That black really comes out nice. Wow. I like this. And this color on it, this, what was it, Titan Green Pale? Oh, I love it. I don't know if you can see, it's just ever so slightly green, maybe a spring green. So pretty. But I think that's probably the color we're going to use on the final prints when we figure out what we're going to do with the final prints. And as you know, to clean this up, you've got to use baby oil. to get the graphite. And I could probably pull another print with this. I just don't want to. It was just a test. But, yeah, don't forget you need to pull, when you do these, you need to clean your plate. I give it a second. Let it slosh it around it a second till it loosens it up, and then I scrub it off. And this is good for conditioning your plate anyways. The whole plate can use the conditioning. And then I used to clean it off with soap and water. Now I just use baby wipes. They work just fine. And actually, since I'm not going to use this again for a while, I'm just going to leave the small scum of oil on the top of it for right now, and I'll clean it just before I go to print again. The oil is definitely not going to hurt it. Okay, let's go through what we got here. All right, so this is the first one, the first print we did. And as you can see, it takes the colors really well. Now it's a little fuzzy here where I moved it. I wasn't very good about keeping the stencil steady. That wasn't the, but you can see the crisp lines I got in here. So you do get crisp, it's hard to say, crisp lines with it. And look at the ghost print pulled up really nicely. So I like that. It's a good size sheet of paper too. These had this part cut off them. So as you can see, well, that part and a little more. So you can see it's a huge piece of paper. I'll get a lot of prints out of it. I'm probably going to use this with a project that I got coming up. And this is our graphite one. Pulls the graphite nicely, no problem at all. This is where I mixed a bunch of colors and they still are vibrant. It still looks nice. Not quite mud. And the ghost prints. It's really, really pretty paper. I mean, I cannot ask for more. And this is where I tried to pull this one up again. But, yeah, I tried to pull it up a couple times to see what I could get, but this is nice. This is the crayon one. And this is the graphite one. Ghost prints and prints. So I'm very happy with what I got. This paper is going to work out beautifully. There's a lot of it. I will put in the description, I'll put how much it is and a link to it if you want, if you're interested. But definitely try different papers. One thing I've been discovering is go to the thrift stores. A lot of them will bag up craft products, and I keep finding big things of computer paper to use for my scrap paper. Sometimes an office will buy some computer paper and it's the wrong thing. Like I find a lot of the legal size. I found 2 things of cardstock, 99 cents a piece, 2 big packs of cardstock that I've been using for years. So check out those stores. Thank you for viewing my video. Like I said, like if you like it, subscribe if you want to see more, and you have a lovely day.